If your New Year's resolution is to eat healthy, then this is a great recipe to try. Start with 6 tablespoons of Mochiko, which is also known as glutinous rice flour, and 2 teaspoons of white granulated sugar. Combine them well together, and then start adding some water. Right now we're making the Mochiko part, which is similar to Goma Dango. So begin with 2 tablespoons of water and add 1 tablespoon at a time. Well, you probably need the whole 2 tablespoons eventually. You do this so that you get the right texture and moistness. At first it'll be quite crumbly, but don't all of a sudden dump all water in. Be patient. Continue adding little bits of water, mixing after each addition with a spoon or spatula until the pieces stay together. Using your hands can help you feel if the mixture is too wet or too dry. Overall, I added 2 tablespoons plus a teaspoon of water, but it really depends. I would say don't go beyond 2.5 tablespoons. If you overdo the amount of water, the dough will become too wet and sticky and it'll be hard to control. What you're looking for is a firm dough that when you press it, it can hold together. It should also feel slightly damp. After that, just dump the loose pieces out onto a board, or you can do this in a bowl, and squish the pieces together, then form it into a lob. The mixture shouldn't be sticking to your hand as much. If that's the case, then you've added too much water. I don't usually mind about exact weight for each pieces, so I just simply eyeball and cut the log into 4 pieces. Then you just roll them into circles and flatten them out. Try to get them as big as possible so more fillings can get in. If you make 5 pieces, then you'll end up with smaller size and it'll be harder to wrap the red bean paste. When you're spreading them out, be careful of getting any cracks. If the dough sticks a bit, rub some oil on your hands. Here's the red bean paste that I'm using today, and you just want to scoop out 1 spoonful or about 1.5 teaspoons, depending on how big your dango dough is. Then wrap them up. Mine weren't perfect, some parts didn't get covered, so it's not the end of the world if you get some cracks. Then roll them into round circles again. While you're doing this, heat a bowl with enough water to cover the dangles on medium-high heat. The water needs to be slightly boiling before putting in the dangles. Then cook the red bean dangles until the water boils again, or the dumplings get a bit soft and has a slippery feel on the exterior, usually around 3 minutes. Boiling the dango will get rid of the frying methods and cook them so that they're not raw. When they're done, transfer them into ice water to cool them down and to prevent them from being all sticky and stuff. So here comes the fun part. First, you'll need 2 tablespoons of white sesame seeds. Put them into a bowl. Take the dangles out of the cold water and shake them a little to get off any excess water. You can see that the dumplings get quite soft. Dump 1 piece into the bowl and then just shake and shake. Shake and move the bowl around, and in a split second you'll find yourself a pretty sesame ball all nicely coated. This is the easiest way to prevent your hands from getting into a mess. Then place the sesame balls onto a baking tray with foil, and then bake in a preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit oven for around 5 to 7 minutes. Today I used a convection oven because I'm only baking a small amount, which saves electricity and cost. You can also bake in a toaster oven or a conventional oven. When they're done, you can immediately eat them and enjoy while warm. Be cautious they're hot though. I made these non-fried sesame balls several times and they tasted almost exactly like those dim sum style sesame balls. The only difference is that the fried ones have a puffier and crispier exterior than these ones. Apart from that, they tasted really good and it's really soft and chewy too. The best part about these is that they are baked and gluten-free.